Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for future videos. Thank you.
Hey, what's up guys? Houston here, and for those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. Now today is game time, baby, and what I mean about game time, we're going to be talking about high limit credit cards with credit union. So I'm going to be giving you the playbook on how to get high limit credit cards through credit union, and I'm talking about anywhere from 50 to 100K, okay? And I'm gonna give you the credit unions that actually do this, but you have to understand that in terms of being qualified to get high limit credit cards, especially when you're talking about 50,000, 100,000, you have to understand how to play the game. So that's the reason I'm giving you the playbook, so you'll be able to play the game. So here's some things that you really have to know. Number one, okay, if you're trying to get high limit credit cards, this is one of the things they're going to look at, your DTI. And what that means is your debt to income ratio, okay? That's what it means. So, and in previous videos I talked about your DTI. Say you make $1,000, but your rent is $650. So you have a 65% DTI ratio. So you're more likely going to get denied. So that's one thing you have to understand about high limit credit cards. Now here's another thing that you need to know. Income. Okay, now I'm not telling you to forge your income or whatever, but I'm just telling you, in order to get high limit credit card through the credit union, most of the time you're gonna have to do between 75K or 100K plus. Okay, that's what they're looking at. Okay, if you're trying to get $50,000 to $100,000 credit card limits, this is what you're going to actually be looking at. So I need you to, again, pay attention, because I'm going to break it down to you so that you can actually know how to go about approaching this situation. All right. Another thing is your mortgage. Your mortgage or rent, right? So with your mortgage or rent, here's the rule of thumb. When it comes to applying for high limit credit cards, if your mortgage or rent is higher than 25, or I would even say 30%, all right? Again, not saying that they will deny you this $50,000, $100,000 credit limit, but when you have this high of a percentage of mortgage or rent, again, you're on shaky ground, all right? So you have to be careful about these numbers, okay? So you're still with me, I hope. Just stick with me, I promise you. I'm gonna get down to the nitty gritty of where to go, but you have to understand, you need to understand this before you get to this, okay? So now the next thing, number 4, is existing credit line. What do you have on your credit file? Have you ever had a high limit credit card? Or do you have a high secured account on your credit file? These are things that they're looking at, okay? So if you never had a high limit credit card, then this is where you have to play with the AU game, okay? That means authorized users, all right? And sometimes this is what helps influence you to get those high limit credit cards, all right? So again, playing the game, giving you the game book so that you can actually move forward to be able to get this 50 to 100,000 a high limit credit card. Now here's another thing. Your employment or an address, okay? So what that means is the amount of time you've been with your job, or also the amount of time you've been staying at your residency. Okay, like I told you, like sometimes with high limit credit cards, they do calculate the zip code, but also they looking at, well, how long you been at this address, how long of a history you have at this address, how long you been with your employer. these are factors that factor in to see if you're going to qualify for the $50,000 or $100,000 line of credits. I guess because of a lot of talking, so please work with me. But again, to get this 50 to 100,000, these are some of the most important things that they're going to look at. Your debt to income ratio, your income, between 75, 100,000 plus, mortgage rent, 25 to 30%, okay, which is you in your danger zone. This is your danger zone, okay? So you have to remember that. That's your danger zone. Now, your your existing credit lines where you may have to add authorized users. So that's something you have to pay attention to. Also, your employer, how long you've been on your job, the address, how long you've been residing at the address. So these are the things that you actually have to understand. Now you know what to do to qualify for this. Let me tell you 3 things that'll get you instantly denied. Okay? First thing is too many inquiries. That's right. If you have between 6 to 8, this is your danger zone. Okay? This is your danger zone. Between 6 to 8, this is your danger zone in terms of being denied for a high limit credit card. All right? Here's another thing that can get you denied. All right? And the other thing is your high DTI. Again, like I explained up here, your high debt to income ratio is one of those things that can get you denied. So you really have to pay attention to these things. And the third thing is this. Too many cards, okay? If you have too many cards with same bank or lender, okay? Like with Chase, you know how Chase does the 524, all right? Even Amex, they have a certain limit that you can get in a certain amount of time as well, all right? But we're not talking about banks, we're talking about credit unions. So at the same time, in order for you to get qualified for high limit credit cards, 50 to 100,000, these are things you have to know. So just pay attention. Now let's talk about the credit unions that I would approach if I'm trying to get 50 to $100,000 credit limits. And your first one is First Tech, right? All right, so First Tech. Now, here's the thing that you have to understand. Well, how do you join First Tech Credit Union? Well, how you join First Tech Credit Union, they have a financial fitness association, okay? And that financial fitness association is like $8 to join or whatever. That's how you get in. Now, in terms of they're going to more likely pull your experience for the credit card. And then, like I said, they go up to 100,000. All right. Now, understand with First Tech, a lot of people had challenges going back and forth and stuff. So I'm not saying it's an easy prey. So just keep that in mind. As a matter of fact, most of these cards, I would tell you, definitely you want to be about the 720 and up range. Some people say 700 is good enough. I'll say do 720, 740 in order to be able to get close to this 50 to 100,000, okay? So also the amount of time you've been with them. And again, here's another backdoor secret that a lot of people don't know. When you're joining these credit unions and you're trying to get them to trust you, if they do offer a direct deposit, again, I will have a portion of my income doing direct deposit with that credit union. Again, you're building a relationship with them. That's what you want. All right, so they trust you because you trust them with your money. So now they know, okay, we're in this together, right? So this is just some things that you should know in terms of trying to get close to that $50 to $100,000. All right, so now let's talk about the other credit union. The other credit union is Andrews, right? Now, Andrews, again, here's the thing about it. You can join by the American Consumer Council, right? And that's with the American Consumer Council, that's how you would join them. Excuse me, again, just long-winded or whatever. But you can join them through the American Consumer Council. And so, right, when you, excuse me for the misspelling. Again, just a long day, excited, wanting to bring this information to you. So just work with me, okay? Now, with them, again, sometimes they pull experience, sometimes they pull TransUnion. And again, people, it just depends on the region you're in what credit report they may pull. Hell, sometimes they may even pull your Equifax. All right. So, but again, you don't know, but at the same time, you more likely are going to get pulled by your Experian or your TransUnion. So joining the American Consumer Council, that gets you into Andrews, all right? So here's another one, and that's UNFCU. And so what does UNFCU? That is your United Nations. Now, to join your United Nations Federal Credit Union, what you have to do, you have to be a part of United Nations Association of USA. And they charge $25 to join, okay? So, again, because they're easy to join, that doesn't mean that you can walk straight through the door to get this 50 to 100,000. But of course, I gave you the game plan up here in terms of helping you get closer to your goal of that $50 to $100,000 credit cards, okay? So, you join the United Nations Association USA for $25. Now, and here's the last one. Navy Fed. All right. Now with Navy Fed, of course it's family, friends that are military. Okay. And I made a video actually telling you how to become a part of Navy Federal. So what I'll do, I'll put a link to that video so you can actually learn how to join Navy Federal, okay? But again, with these credit unions here, if you're trying to get to that $50,000 to $100,000, this is what you have to do. And this is the game plan. That way you're not guessing at what you should do. Just follow this game plan, and I promise you, doing some of the things like I told you, building the relationship is one of the most important things that I would tell anybody in banking. When you're trying to get money from the credit unions, do direct deposit if you can, because this is something that you really need to understand. Now, again, for those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. Also comment. Let me know if you used any of these credit unions. Let me know your journey in terms of helping you get to that $50,000 to $100,000. So this is Houston with Three-Way Funding. I appreciate you checking out my channel. And again, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.